Hello, everybody. This is Sree from BizBuzz, What Matters the Most in Your Business, sponsored by My Work Belt. My Work Belt is a all-in-one software, particularly catering to service-based businesses. If you have not checked it out, check out myworkbelt.com. And today we have a guest, Lisa. Lisa is America's content futurist, helps professionals show their industry authority. She helped create over $1.5 billion worth of client revenues. And she is the author of 5 different books and 4 more books on the way in next year, and featured on Forbes and the New York Times, and in Authority on Authority Power. Lisa, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Good. I'm very well, Trey. Thank you for having me.
Very good. So, Lisa, you are as a authority on authority power. So, what is the authority power to begin with?
So, authority power is beyond expertise or thought leadership. This is where you have honed a very special set of skills over
Yeah.
a long period of time, and you are now the clear go-to in your industry for the problem that you solve. People
So,
know if I have this problem, it's you.
right, I see. So, in the past, when I was working with my business coach, he was mentioning to me that if anybody in the market wanted to take your product or service, one of the things they look for is, are you the authority on that subject? Right? Now,
That's right.
when somebody, a business owner, wanted to demonstrate that they are authority in the subject so that the clientele will naturally navigate to them, and that way you are putting your product or service into demand, opposed to you go after and asking everybody, hey, buy it from me, buy it from me, right? Now, one of the
Absolutely.
techniques that I've learned is that writing a book can demonstrate your authority on that subject. As an author of writing 5 books and 4 coming in the market pretty soon, what is your take on that?
I will say that you can't spell the word authority without the word author.
Yeah.
But I will caveat this because you and I were having this conversation earlier. Authorship can mean many things to many people. It
Yeah.
does not mean that you need a 50,000 word book. You
Mm-hmm.
can do a smaller ebook. You can
Mm-hmm.
do my books, you can read in 4 hours.
Mm.
There's different ways on that authorship journey. But
Right.
knowing who you're known to and what you're known for
Mm-hmm.
allows you to create a physical, I'm just holding this up, but a physical being that
Being
can go with you. And your
right.
book becomes the starting line of your marketing, not the finishing line.
Ah, so when you say starting line of marketing, tell me a little bit more. Why is it a starting line of marketing? You said that.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. So, number one, if you want to get on a keynote stage, be interviewed by Forbes or the New York Times, get on a podcast, having a book is a great anchor that
Mm,
people can use to book you
mm,
because now they're saying you're the authority, right? It's not
mm,
just you
mm,
saying I'm the authority, you're now
mm,
getting verification from other people. And
mm.
number two, when you have a book, again, it's something that you can tangibly leave with people. People can buy it, and you've
Mm-hmm,
taken the time to write out your area of genius
mm-hmm.
in a how-to manual of sort.
Right.
So it helps to really solidify your legacy because now you got a book,
Yeah.
or I'm hoping you have more than one book because leaders
Right.
always lead.
Leaders always lead. See, I also recognize that. Thank you for sharing that thinking here. So I also recognize that one, it's very important. I'm very glad you mentioned that. Having writing a book became an anchor, and that will help you look at somebody else as your authority in that subject, right? Not only that, you will also get opportunities to speak in front of the audience. Now,
Exactly.
again, you need to have a separate skill. Those are 2 different skills, right? Being able to write a book is
Yes.
one skill, and being able to talk on that topic on in front of the audience on a stage is a different skill.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm not saying that as a small business owner, you have to get on a stage,
Right.
but there are always opportunities within your industry to
Hmm.
share your area of genius.
Right.
It could be a local chamber of commerce. It
Hmm.
could be NSA. It could be
Hmm.
different types of areas where you could even do a 5 or 10 minute talk. It doesn't have to be a 40 minute or an hour
Right.
long talk. It can be shorter. Again,
Hmm.
lots of paths to that end goal. I am a believer in multiple right answers. And as long as you can put something to paper and take the time to do that and say, hey, this is my area of genius, and I'm so sure of it that I've actually published something.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
Well, not only that, see, it's you not only demonstrating that you as an authority in that subject by writing the book, but somebody else is taking your content and publishing it. It means somebody else is giving you approval, right? It's basically a
Right.
third party endorsement, right? Now,
Yes, yes. And you're getting that transfer of authority, right?
right,
Because someone else is giving you pretty much instant credibility. I
right.
will caveat this though. So one of my books that I've done, the most amazing marketing book ever with Mark Schaefer.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mark Schaefer is absolutely the gold standard as far as I'm concerned on personal branding. He self-publishes.
Hmm.
So again, lots of different paths, but the
Right.
fact that you're taking the time to publish it to me is the most important thing.
That's also true.
And yeah, and it's, and like you and I were talking about, you can feel like you're going to get stuck, and it's understanding if I was going to leave my clients with something, if I was going to win the lottery tomorrow and never work another day, and I had a book that someone could take and still learn from me, what would that book look like?
Right.
That's the
Gotcha.
book you should write. You
I
need to
see.
write the right book.
Yeah. No, that's very interesting you mentioned that. But however, a lot of people, they are subject matter expert. They have ability to talk about their subject, and they can talk in front of one or two people at length, but they
Right.
have a challenge to put that on the paper, right? What would you suggest for those who have a great deal of knowledge and experience, but lack of skill on put it on the paper?
So I believe everyone has a book in them. And I'm
Yeah.
biased, I know. I'm an editor in chief at Indie Books International. So, of course, I'm going to say everyone has a book in them.
Correct.
However, if you were going to solve one problem, and again, I'm
Hmm.
not saying that that's all you have in you, but if I was going to tell you to choose one problem,
I
the
see.
one problem that wakes your client up at 3 o'clock in the morning,
Hmm. Hmm.
and you know you can solve that problem without a shadow of a doubt. If you got
Mm,
your hands on it, you could solve it.
mm, mm.
What would that problem be?
Yes.
And when you understand what the problem is,
Right.
now you're offering the solution to that problem. And
Mm,
that's the book. That becomes your book. That becomes your speech. That becomes your interview. That becomes your podcast. That becomes your online content. That you're helping your clients solve that problem. Because if they could solve that problem, they would throw a bunch of money at you, which is what we
right.
want. I mean, we want influence, we want impact, but at the end of the day, we want income.
Of course.
And that gets us to that income.
That's the only way you can publish the book and put it in somebody else's hands. Without money, you can't do
That's right.
anything.
That's right. Absolutely.
Now, most importantly, it's pretty profound that you mentioned that if you can pick one problem that your clientele is waking up in the middle of the night, and if you have authority and if you have a solution to it, you should write about it. So in my understanding, it's not necessarily you are bragging about your skill, but
No,
you're also honestly sharing your expert knowledge into the rest of the world. And it's not necessarily those who are within the vicinity who knows you are in person come to you and use your help for solving their problem. But once you publish it, that can go any place in the world, right?
exactly.
And
Absolutely.
if somebody in the other end of the world pick up your book, read it, and be able to solve their problem on their own, because you shared your knowledge. That would be a profound, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. But I will tell you this. So I have all of my books, if you read them, I go through step by step
Yeah,
how I solve that particular problem. I
right.
lay it out. My
Yeah,
next one of my next books that's coming out is Unleash Your How to Unleash Your Authority Power, step by step.
right.
Most people will go, "That's great. You wrote it down. I believe you now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just pay you to help me?"
Ah, I see. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
very few that are like, "I'm going to DIY it myself." They understand that you know what you're doing because you've handed it to them
You
and said,
laid
"This
it
is how
out.
I do it." And they're like, "Okay, great. Can you just help me with it?" And that happens all the time. So I know a lot of small businesses are like, "I don't want to give away my secret sauce." And I get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
your knowledge is so deep, it's only scratching the surface what you're offering.
Correct. That is correct. I mean, there is, see, the knowledge is something that nobody can steal from you, right? Just
That's
if
right.
you have $1 million, there's a possibility it can vanish in tomorrow. But the knowledge that is sitting in your brain and helping everybody else, the more you share, the more that is going to grow within your mind, and
That's
you become
right.
more and
That's
more
right.
authority, right? So knowledge is there
Absolutely.
for sharing, not for keeping.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
absolutely right.
and
I
and
totally agree with you. Yeah.
by writing the book, you're not necessarily giving away anything more than you're actually doing a noble job.
Exactly. And you're also showing the value that you bring because you're doing it in a different, transformative,
Correct.
disruptive, unique way.
Yeah.
You're not AI, right? You're not
No.
regurgitating what's already out there. Because again, if they could have solved it by now with everything that's out there, they would have done so.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right.
problem is what's out there isn't working for them. And
Yes.
that's where you come in as the authority. And that's where
Right.
your book comes in as well. Mhm.
It's incredible that you shared that. Now, once, if somebody wanted to start writing a book, right? And as I mentioned to you a minute ago, that everybody has a trouble starting something. Let's say somebody
Yes.
overcome the trouble. Now I'm going to start something. If you can give them one activity that they can use it to successfully write a book, what would you suggest?
Well, I'm going to give you one and then I'll give you a bonus. So, my first one is again, what is the 3 a.m. problem that wakes your clients up at night?
Correct.
And if you don't know, ask them.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can ask them. It's not cheating. You can say, if I could wave a magic wand, what problem would you want to have solved?
Yeah.
And make sure that it's within your area of genius.
Correct.
And I'm talking about transformative, disruptive, not better, faster, cheaper. None of the
Right.
language. I
Right.
want you to think far beyond that. And
Mm,
if you can figure out that problem, that becomes the foundation of your book.
wonderful.
And you focus only on solving that problem. You're going to want to go off the rails and give them all sorts of other stuff. And I'm going to caution you not to,
Hmm.
because then you're going to fire hose your audience with
Mm,
the vast knowledge that you have.
yeah.
And we read and listen a lot slower than your brain is going.
Hmm.
So if they're reading your book, you don't want to overwhelm them. You have to be
True.
very niche in that problem. And my second thing I would say is at Indie Books International, we do what we call a book kickoff. It's a 2 hour class. It's normally $365, but I'm going to give you the $365 and have it comped. We have one almost every month. So if January doesn't work, there's February, there's April. We skip March because it's baseball season. I know. And you got to have priorities. And that 2 hours helps you to outline your book.
Understand.
What's my position? Who am I writing this book for?
Right.
What do I want them to come away with? What
Yes.
kind of chapters do I want to do? And we actually have a formula that gets you through that 2 hours where you walk out with an outline of what your
What do
book's
you
going to
want
look like.
look like? That's
Because I
incredible.
will tell you from experience, The worst thing you can hear from a publisher is, wow, you wrote 30,000 words. Too bad they're the wrong ones.
Oh my God, that will
You
be
don't want to hear that.
devastating.
That's
Yes,
awful. Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Talk about devastating. Ugh.
Yes. Lisa, thank you very much for joining me today. And that's a great tip. And those who are listening today, I am hoping that you are taking away some of the ideas and understanding on how you can show or demonstrate as an authority in your subject to the market. Those who are not subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel and share this video. Thank you very much for joining us. Until next time. Bye now.